Set up, wing on wing, almost dead downwind, cruising along 4.5 to 5 knots. This is what it looks like in the brochures when they sell you a sailboat. Well, the storm is gone and it's super nice out now and it's supposed to be a really good week. We are actually gonna head out. We're headed south another 30 miles to an anchorage that should be a place where we stay for a few weeks or even a month or so, because it's gonna be well protected, a lot of kid boats, some surfing and beach time, and from the sounds of it, it's gonna be a really nice place. So we wanna get to there so we can get into some better protection on the anchorage and enjoy some time just slowing down a little bit. Set up, wing on wing, almost dead downwind, cruising along 4.5 to 5 knots. This is the dream right here. We haven't had this in a very long time, so loving it right now. Still cruising along under sail. We're about 7 miles out and we're starting to make our turn, so we're about a 120-degree angle here, cruising on in. Still only have 8 to 9 knots of wind. Calm seas, although they're picking up just a little bit. Can't really complain out here, it's not rough at all. And we should be in within an hour and a half or so, I'd say, unless it really starts to pick up. Having a nice big light wind sail has really come in handy while cruising, because we can kind of get out there and make do in light conditions. It doesn't have to be heavy and uncomfortable for us to be moving. It's cool when we're downwind like this and it's showing like 8.5 knots of apparent wind and we're doing 4.5. I know we're a light catamaran, but like this big light wind sail really helps us out to keep moving while under light conditions and not have to burn a ton of diesel. Although we don't have a spinnaker, you've probably heard me say that before if you watch any of my videos. We don't have a spinnaker, which I probably would be flying on a day like today if I did have one, but we get away with it with this sail anyways. We can go upwind and downwind with this sail, so it comes in handy for sure. Well, I think we've timed this one perfectly. It's starting to pick up a bit out here. We've got 11 to 12 knots apparent at a 120, but we're 5 miles out, so we're cruising in pretty quickly here. And I know it's gonna pick up even more late into the afternoon. So I think we timed it leaving that last anchorage perfectly, and we're gonna sneak right in here before it gets too heavy. Definitely can't complain about that. That was one of the smoothest sails I've had in a long time, so pretty stoked. Coming in, last couple miles. Got 15 knots of wind. We're doing 6.5 to 7. Yeah, beam reaching all the way in. Flying. On a roll.
We're sailing. No engines. That's my favorite. We are headed off on a little estuary tour on our own in our dinghy, and we're gonna look for if we can find some crocodiles, what's back there. You have to time it for high tide, so we've been waiting for the perfect day, and today is the day. We'll see what we find.
The one thing to get into the little river section, we have to cross the mouth right here where it connects to the ocean, and it can get really shallow, so the high tide's good. We have to pull the engine up just a little bit so we don't scrape the sand, and we'll cruise right in and hopefully be able to go all the way back through the river.
a red bee. Come on. Made it inside the break. Now time to keep going through the estuary, see what we find. We already got some birds. Yeah, there's some birds, huh?
I feel like Mexico is so unique because you'll be going through on mainland here and it feels very jungly. A lot of mangroves and like humid air. And I know they get a lot of rain in the summertime. And you see some palm trees and then all of a sudden you see a giant cactus. And there still has that like Mexico desert feel to it even though you feel like you're in the jungle. It's pretty neat.
So cool back here. It's just quiet, serene, super flat, and it's kind of surprising that there's this whole place back here right on the other side of the ocean. So it's pretty neat to be able to explore in here.
That was a really cool tour of the mangroves and estuary out here. We got to the end, that ends at a beach on the other side over there, and then we zipped on back. So we're going through the shallows again, have to go through some breaking waves to get back out to where we're anchored at. But we had a lot of fun today. Well, we've been hanging out here in Tenacatita for a couple weeks, and we've really enjoyed kind of the slow pace, laid back lifestyle of this area. There are a lot of boats here, but it's a lot of cruisers and there are a lot of kids actually. So spend a lot of time just surfing at the beach and hanging out, enjoying each other's companies and talking story. But like most remote places, we are gonna be running out of food. Our laundry is stacking up, and it is time to head to a place that's got a town that we can reprovision so that we can come back to here or places like this. So we're gonna be pulling up the anchor, and we're only headed about 12 or 13 miles south to a town where we can get some dinner, get some groceries, do our laundry, and just reset so that we can come back out into more remote anchorages. Well, other than Skylar not having a great day, as 3-year-olds tend to do, I am having a great day. We've got the code 0 out, wind's dead down. We're doing about 3.5 knots. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but it's nice and smooth. And it's an easy day because we're only like another 5 miles away or so. So cruising into Barra, Navidad in shortly. made it to Barra de Navidad yesterday, and you actually anchor back in this lagoon pretty far off the ocean there, and it's really shallow. Coming in, it was like 14 feet, then you'd hit 10 feet. We actually dropped the anchor in like 6.5 feet at low tide. So luckily we only dropped 3 feet. With it being so shallow, it makes it really calm back here. Had a great night's sleep, and they have a water taxi service. So last night we took the water taxi into town, got some dinner, ate a lot of food, and yeah, got back and enjoyed a very restful night. Now we're gonna explore town. We need to get groceries, we gotta do laundry, we have to do all the things so we can get back to some anchorages that are more remote. Well, we are on our push north. The southern part of our cruising season in Mexico is over, and it's time to backtrack north. Well, the code 0 just broke. Caught up with our friends on Luna Pacifica. We've been buddy boating for a couple months now. Sounded like they caught a mahi, slowed down a little bit, and I was able to catch up to them, fly the drone, get some really cool shots, and always remember this moment of meeting great friends and new people out here on the big ocean and just having a blast. We'll carry those memories forever. Now we got a few photos and videos to show everybody else.